Welcome to Stem Cell Friends, and today we are learning about the respiratory system. First of all, what is the function of the respiratory system? Well, the respiratory system's function is to breathe, to get in the vital oxygen that's essential for all our cells, and to get rid of the carbon dioxide, a waste product from our cells, out of our body. This is another name for this is the gas exchange, because it's taking in oxygen from the air and bringing carbon dioxide back out into the air. First of all, the air comes... Okay, let's follow the air through its journey when it gets breathed in. First of all, the air comes through the nasal cavity, where it's warmed, humidified, and filtered. Then we go down the pharynx. The air, and then after it is the larynx. Another name for the larynx is the voice box. Also, this is the very top of our trachea. Also, in the pharynx, it's the esophagus, our food pipe, separates from the windpipe, trachea. Now back to the respiratory system. The trachea has C-shaped cartilage rings that help to keep it open. But there are some people who are born with closed O-shaped rings, which can affect. Okay, let's continue the air's journey. Soon they come to the primary bronchi. There are one on each side, that reminds me, bronchus means one, and bronchi mean more than one. Let's just stop the journey for the air for a bit, just to talk about the lungs. The lungs have lobes, which are sections. There are three on the right, and two on the left. The left lung has to have a cardiac notch, which you can't say here because the cardiac notch allows the heart a bit of space so it can squeeze in. Okay, back to the journey of the air. After the primary bronchus is the secondary bronchus, and then the tertiary bronchus and the bronchioles. Let's just have a bit of a recap where the air has been coming. First of all, it's through the nasal cavity, where it's warmed, humidified, and filtered, and then through the pharynx, where the food pipes separates from it, the esophagus, and then the larynx, called the voice box, which makes our voice. You can actually feel it vibrating if you put your hand on your neck. And then down the trachea with its C-shaped cartilage rings, then into the primary bronchus, then the secondary bronchus, and then the tertiary bronchus, and then finally the bronchioles. Also, the oral cavity is the mouth. Okay, after the bronchioles are the alveoli, alveolar sacs, which are kind of like a grape. The stem is like where the air comes from, and each alveoli is a grape. They have thin walls, and they are covered in capillaries. The capillaries are where the circulatory system overlaps a bit. They take away the oxygen to all our cells, and then they bring back the carbon dioxide, which we exhale. But back to the respiratory system. Also, the skeletal muscle includes the ribs. It's here, which also the muscles, the intercostal muscles, which are in between your ribs, and the diaphragm, which is the muscle that when it contracts, you breathe out, and when it goes down towards your waist, you breathe in. Okay, now a few more things before we leave. The alveoli create a surface breaking substance because if they bring too much water, if they bring water in, it can cause the alveoli to collapse. But unfortunately, premature lungs of babies can collapse. This is where artificial surface tension comes in. We've quietly simplified this a bit, right? But if you want to know more, read a book about it or watch it, or just. Okay, now signing off from Stem Cell Friends.